Hello dear students, welcome to chemistry classes. In this class we are going to discuss about the chemical reactions of ethers. Chemical reactions of ethers. The first one reaction of ether we are discussing is with cold and concentrated HI, that is hydroiodic acid. The first reaction of ethers we are discussing is the reactions of ethers with the cold and concentrated hydroiodic acid, that is HI. See here, ethers will react with cold and concentrated hydroiodic acid. This we can write HI, hydroiodic acid, to form alkyl iodide and alcohol. When ethers are reacted with cold and concentrated hydroiodic acid, we will get alkyl iodide and alcohol. See, the general formula for ether is ROR dash. This is ether. When it is treated with cold and concentrated hydroiodic acid, here we will get an alkyl iodide plus alcohol. Okay, this is the general reaction between the ethers and hydroiodic acid. And here we are discussing some different types of reactions called case 1, 2, 3. In case 1 we are discussing the reactions of symmetrical ethers with cold and concentrated hydroiodic acid. The reactions of symmetrical ethers with cold and concentrated hydroiodic acid. See, when dialkyl ethers reacts with cold and concentrated hydroiodic acid, alkyl iodide and alcohol are formed. Here, when dialkyl ether means symmetrical ethers are treated with cold and concentrated hydroiodic acid, we will get alkyl iodide and alcohols as products. Take for example CH3 CH2O, sorry, CH2 CH3. This is diethyl ether. It is a symmetrical ether. When it is treated with cold and concentrated hydroiodic acid, here we will get CH3 CH2I. This is what? Ethyl iodide plus CH3 CH2OH, alcohol, ethanol. When symmetrical ethers are treated with cold and concentrated HI, we will get an alkyl iodide and alcohol as products. Okay. About the mechanism of these reactions we are discussing at the end part of this session. We are discussing at last the mechanism for the reactions of ethers with hydroiodic acid. Then the case 2 what we are discussing here is with unsymmetrical ethers. the reactions of unsymmetrical ethers with cold and concentrated hydroiodic acid. See, when unsymmetrical ethers react with cold and concentrated hydroiodic acid, we will get alkyl iodide and alcohol are formed. But here the iodide will gets attached to lower alkyl group. See, when unsymmetrical ethers are reacted with cold and concentrated hydroiodic acid, we will get alkyl iodide and alcohol, but the iodide will gets attached to the lower alkyl group. The reason for this one is because of less steric hindrance. It follows SN2 mechanism. About reaction mechanism we are discussing later. First see the reason. Because of less steric hindrance on the lower alkyl group, the iodide is get attached to that alkyl group. See, for example, here we are taking one unsymmetrical ether, methyl ethyl ether, it is what, sorry, ethyl methyl ether. It is an unsymmetrical ether, and when it is treated with cold and concentrated hydroiodic acid, we will get an alkyl iodide and alcohol. Correct? And as they are telling, the iodide gets attached to lower alkyl group. Here between ethyl and methyl is a lower alkyl group, and because of low steric hindrance on this group, here only 3 hydrogens are there. Here 2 hydrogens with one bulkier group, that is methyl group is there. Therefore here low hindrance is there. Hence the iodide is get attached to this lower alkyl group to form iodide. This is the second case. Okay, then next third case is case number 3. Unsymmetrical ethers containing a tertiary alkyl group. Unsymmetrical ethers containing a tertiary alkyl group. In this case, how the ether, that is unsymmetrical ether which is containing a tertiary alkyl group, is reacting with cold and concentrated hydroiodic acid. See, when unsymmetrical ether containing tertiary, that is 3-degree alkyl group, reacts with cold and concentrated hydroiodic acid HI, the iodide gets attached to tertiary alkyl group. Here also we will get one alkyl iodide and alcohol, but the iodide gets attached to a tertiary alkyl group. Here the iodide is attaching to a larger group. The reason for this one is because of high steric hindrance. It follows SN1 mechanism. About this one we will get very clear understanding during the discussion of mechanism. Later we are discussing the mechanism only. There we will get the clear picture of this one. Okay, see, here I am taking an example of unsymmetrical ether where it is containing a tertiary alkyl group. This is a tertiary carbon because it is connecting to 3 other carbon atoms, and this group will now attached with iodide plus CS3OH. Correct? Last case we are discussing is unsymmetrical ethers containing benzene ring. Unsymmetrical ethers which are containing aromatic groups, that is benzene ring. See, when unsymmetrical ethers containing benzene ring react with cold and concentrated HI, the iodide gets attached to the alkyl group and not to the benzene ring. See, for this is an unsymmetrical ether, methoxybenzene. When it is treated with cold and concentrated hydroiodic acid, we will get phenol plus CS3I. It is methyl iodide. See here, after the reaction the iodide is getting attached to a alkyl group instead of an aryl group. The reason for this one is the bond between this benzene and oxygen is very difficult to break. Okay, here the breaking of this oxygen and benzene bond is very difficult because of the resonance between the lone pair of electrons present on the oxygen with benzene ring. This bond is having somewhat a double bond character. That's why it is very difficult to break this bond. Therefore it is easy to break the bond between this oxygen and methyl group, and hence this bond is breaking. The methyl will get attached to iodide. Okay, yes, these are all the reactions of ethers with cold and concentrated hydroiodic acids. Okay, then now we have to discuss the second type of reactions of ethers with hot and concentrated HI, that is hydroiodic acid. See, ethers react with hot and concentrated hot and concentrated hydroiodic acid. In fact, here we are using excess of hydroiodic acid, excess amount of hydroiodic acid to form alkyl and aryl iodides. Alkyl and aryl iodides. See here, in this case, both symmetrical and unsymmetrical ethers are reacting with hot and concentrated hydroiodic acid to form alkyl and aryl iodides. Means both the substituents are converting into their corresponding iodides. See the general reaction O R R dash. Here R and R dash may be same or different. If these two are same, means this is an symmetrical ether. If these two are different, it is an unsymmetrical ether. And as here we are writing excess amount of hydroiodic acid, here we can write 2 moles of hydroiodic acid. When it is treated with ether, we will get 2 moles of 1 iodide R dash iodides. Both the substituents are converting into their corresponding iodides with the formation of H2O. This oxygen of ether is now combining with the 2 hydrogens of hydroiodic acid to form water. Okay. Take for example, first I will take an example of a symmetrical ether, CH3O CH3 dimethyl ether, symmetrical ether. When it is treated with hot and concentrated HI, here we will get 2 moles of methyl iodide and water. And unsymmetrical ether OC2H5 ethyl methyl ether. When it is treated with hot and concentrated hydroiodic acid, we will get methyl iodide plus ethyl iodide plus water. Correct? Or we can take C6H5 unsymmetrical ether containing benzene ring, methyl iodide, benzene iodide and water. This is the reaction of ethers with hot and concentrated hydroiodic acid. Here both symmetrical and unsymmetrical ethers are reacting with hot and concentrated hydroiodic acid to form their corresponding iodides. Okay. And you can think, sir, why you are taking only the hydroiodide? Is it not possible to take other hydrogen halides? See, note number 1 is what here in this case with hot and concentrated hydroiodic acid, both symmetrical and unsymmetrical ethers reacting same. With hot and concentrated hydroiodic acid, both symmetrical and unsymmetrical ethers are reacting same. And the second note is what? The order of reactivity of hydrogen halides is as follows. See, we are using HI, hydroiodic acid, and hydrogen bromide, hydrogen chloride. And this hydroiodic acid is more reactive with the ethers as compared to hydrogen bromide, and this is more reactive as compared to hydrogen chloride. It is all depending on their strength of bonds. The bond between hydrogen and iodide is very weak, therefore the bond can be easily break, and therefore this is the order of reactivity between the hydrogen halides. Okay, this is all about what? The reaction of hot and concentrated hydroiodic acid with ethers. Okay, then now we have to discuss about the reaction mechanism. See, mechanism of reaction of ethers with HI. Here with only one mechanism I am explaining the reactions of both hot and cold hydroiodic acid with the ethers. Okay, see, the reaction mechanism involves the following steps. Step number 1 is protonation of ether to form oxonium ion. The first step of the reaction mechanism is what? Protonation of ether to form oxonium ion. See, I am explaining the mechanism by taking general example. Here I am taking the ether RO R dash with hydroiodic acid. This oxygen, which is having lone pairs of electrons, will drag this proton, and this iodine will go as iodide. Okay, and here we will get R O R dash H single lone pair of electron, and as this oxygen is getting 3 bonds, it becomes unstable and then gets a positive charge. This is a oxonium ion. Oxygen with 3 bonds and positive charge is called oxonium ion, and one iodide ion, iodine with negative charge, it is called iodide ion. Then step 2 of the mechanism is what? Cleavage of the oxonium ion by SN2 or SN1 mechanism. See, here in case 3 and case 2, in case 2 we are discussing unsymmetrical ethers which are following SN2 mechanism. In case 3 we are telling following SN1 mechanism, because this confusion can be cleared now. Here in step 2, the cleavage of oxonium ion taking place by the SN2 or SN1 mechanism, and when it will follow SN2 and when it will follow SN1 mechanism. See, SN2 mechanism is favored if alkyl group is primary, that is 1 degree. If the alkyl group is primary, then it follows SN2 mechanism. How? See, this iodine with negative charge, that is iodide ion, will attack on the oxonium ion which is having positive charge on the oxygen, and it will attack on the primary alkyl group, that is R. If we are considering this R as a primary alkyl group, then this iodine will attack on this one, and this bond will move towards oxygen, means the bonded pair of electrons will move towards oxygen, and this reaction is following in a single step, the attacking of a reagent and the leaving group is going out of the reactant, and it follows SN2 mechanism. And here we will get RI, that is alkyl iodide and alcohol alkyl iodide. Okay, and SN1 mechanism is favored if the alkyl group is 2 degree or 3 degree, that is secondary or tertiary. If a substituent is a secondary or a tertiary alkyl group, then the mechanism follows SN1. See, RO R dash, this is an oxonium ion, and consider if these two are secondary or tertiary, then it will follow SN1 mechanism, and here this bonded pair of electrons will now move towards oxygen and forms R plus, that is alkyl positive charge or carbocation, because secondary and tertiary carbocations are more stable as compared to the primary carbocation, and therefore it is following SN1 mechanism, in which the first step is what? The formation of a stable carbocation, that is secondary or tertiary. Then here this R dash OH will go as a alcohol. It is going as what? Alcohol. And this, when attacked by iodide, we will get Ri, that is alkyl iodide. Correct? This is the second step. Second step is what? The cleavage of oxonium ion by SN2 or SN1 mechanism. Okay. Then now, step number 3. If excess of Hi is used, that is in case of hot condition, then the alcohol initially formed undergoes a protonation to form oxonium ion. See here, if excess of hydroiodic acid is used, that is in case of hot condition, hot and concentrated hydroiodic acid, that is in case of hot and concentrated hydroiodic acid, then the alcohol which is formed in the initial state can undergo protonation to form oxonium ion. This is the alcohol which is formed in the first step, or sorry, in the second step. And when it comes in contact with the second mole of or second molecule of an Hi, this oxygen of the alcohol will drag this proton and it will form oxonium ion, H plus, oxygen with 3 bonds and a positive charge, and iodide. Okay, this is a third step. Then fourth step is on step number 4 is formation of alkyl iodide. This is the last step. This iodide is now attacking on the oxonium ion, alkyl group of an oxonium ion, and this bonded pair of electrons will now move towards oxygen, and hence here we will get Ri, that is alkyl iodide plus water. Okay, this is the last step. These 4 are the steps in mechanism of reaction of ethers with hydroiodic acid. Okay, then now take down assignment question. How symmetrical ethers react with cold and concentrated Hi. Give an example. Then second one, how ethers, whatever may be symmetrical or unsymmetrical, ethers react with hot and concentrated Hi. Give example. Okay, these 2 are the assignment questions. Thank you.